Hello? Hello, do you hear me? I'm doing test mic, test one, two, seeing if this mic's working. We're live. Do you hear me? Can you hear me? Well, we're just doing the mic check, guys. Whoever's logging in, can you hear me? Mic check one, two, one, two. Can you hear the live? Hello? Mic check one, two, one, two. Sorry for the delay. We're trying to make sure we're getting this. We're streaming right now. I'm trying to make sure everyone can hear us. Trying to make sure everyone can hear us. Can you hear anyone online? Or can you leave in the chat? Can you hear me? Can you hear? Do you hear me speaking? Do you hear me speaking? Can you hear me speaking? No, I want to raise it up. I want to hear it. Hello? Can you hear me speaking? No, I want to raise it up. Okay. Sorry for the delay, guys. We're talking to find out if let's see, if President Zelensky should owe the American people an apology. That was the question. Um, again, do President Ukraine President Zelensky owe the American people apology for what happened in the White House? Well, I watched the video. I watched the address. We're trying to make a original peace deal over the mineral rights that the country has, and that was the whole discussion was based on first the mineral rights that the president was of the United States was trying to work with in support of Ukraine, and the president Zelensky was representing the Ukrainian people, and that was the concept of the original meeting overall. From what I got from that uh, press meeting with the president at the Oval Office and just observing the behavior and the body language and everything. My Just my opinion. I felt a little uncomfortable with his presentation as a presidential on geo level politics. How he represented the country. I like the Ukrainian people. There's Ukrainian Americans here. I talked to them. I met them. At the airport I travel. I met them in college. Good people, country. I respect the people of Ukraine. I'm sorry for what's going on in the world today with the politics, the war that's going on between Ukraine and Russia. And I wish there could be a peace treaty drawn because we don't want to see no more death. War is terrible on any side. And I wish it could be different. But on the other hand, I've seen how he dealt as the person that's in power and representing the Ukrainian people at the White House. I was a little uncomfortable just observing it, and I was wondering, what is your opinion? Do you feel that the Ukrainian president should give the American people apology for his behavior when it was discussing at the White House inside the United States? After the meeting, why I say this is after the meeting, when he left, he went into a news media conference with one of the Fox News people, I think, and I was watching that, and about one, if you go 1 minute and 40 seconds, just between 1 minute and 40 seconds and 2 minutes, right in that space, um, he made a statement where he said he was trying to pressure the president, and I was like, okay, so you went in there with an agenda outside of what the original meeting supposed to be. So when he made that statement, and then the news reporter, the host, asked him, "Do you think you owe the president of the American people an apology?" And he wouldn't respond to that at all. And I was like, "Wait a minute, dude. You're a powerful figure of a nation, sovereign nation, and the way you behaved and coming in with agenda when it was supposed to be over. The original was over minerals. That was the first part of our support towards working a peace treaty with the other nation on our behalf for what we was going to be supportive. I felt that he kind of like was trying to steer it the way he wanted to steer the conversation instead of that the meeting that originally supposed to agree to was to talk about the mineral rights, then move to the next step, step by step, um, sort of build a forge a relationship between the U.S. and the Ukrainian nation and how to get us back in support with this new administration. We know the previous administration, but this is a new administration. Like in our country, every 4 years we have a election. So there's a new administration. So there's different administrations have different purposes and their different guide points they go by. And for whatever it is, that's the way our system has been working. So, and just listen to the topic of conversation, it was like he was want to remove that and keep it the way it was going previously to the previous administration, and they touched on that a little bit. And he said that wasn't my under my administration. So I'm like, you're a powerful figure. You should understand when a new administration come in, they have different policies. I don't we don't have to agree with it, but you got to build a relationship. So I was like, okay, this president of the United States and him, Mr. President Zelensky, being the president of Ukraine, got to build a relationship between these two nations now. And it feels though he had came in there with a different meeting strategy and a purpose than what he initially came there saying that he was coming to the meeting for. And what solidified my thought of that was when he went to the Fox News and he made that statement. So I'm just giving you guys some kind of give a peer review to let you know where my point of view was coming from, where I said go to their interview on Fox News right after he left the White House. About 1 minute and 40 seconds in that interview, he said that he was trying to pressure the president. And I'm like, you come into the United States for support and help, and the world knows that we want to help, but you coming in with alternative motives for your agenda when you came in there with the understanding that what the president of the United States was saying he was looking at the mineral rights. That's the first point he was trying to build up, and then he kind of explained it after why he said he wanted the mineral rights because he wanted the mineral rights, and then that established security in the Ukrainian nation from our behalf to put uh, not soldier boots on the ground, but put boots on the ground with an attaché from the United States, where he can leverage that as security, because then you have a powerful nation that will support you on a geopolitical level, and you'll have more support. It takes a different, but it's steps to this. You just can't. What I got from the president is you can't go over the first steps, and he just it appears he had an agenda, and he kept turning to the media, looking at the media, and talking about what he want, and then talking to the American people, talking to us. And I was my first expression, like, first, what I understand this meeting is about, it's about mineral rights, and it appears you have something else on your mind, and you're not acknowledging that. And so I thought it was abruptly the meeting was abrupt, but then when he went to the news station after the Fox News station, he kept his meeting with that news anchor. He actually made that statement. I was like, "Oh, you did have an ulterior motive." At first, I thought it was just uh, two powerful people represent nations that didn't agree. But when I heard the original meeting that he agreed on that's the meeting therefore is about mineral rights, and then seeing his behavior and watching the news anchor, he actually said he had other things on the plate and he wanted to pressure the president for his purposes. He didn't say his purposes, but he said he wanted to pressure the president. He tried to pressure the president of the United States. And I was like, you going in trying to reach a peace deal, and it's steps to this. The first level was the mineral for the American system, and he wasn't in agree with that. He said he came there for agreement, but then his whole body language, his whole interaction with the media, his whole interaction with the president and the vice president was counterintuitive to what he was demonstrating in front of the public, in front of the media. And he was trying to talk to the media towards us. And I was like, you have the president of the United States here and the vice president and other members that's watching this. You should be using more, in my opinion, diplomacy in a way. But everyone has their own strategies how they deal. And I'm not President Zelensky, and I respect the Ukrainian people. But at the same time, you can't come into a meeting with one saying you agreeing to a meeting, and then you come with an alternative agenda. Motive. You could have alternative agendas, but if you agree to this meeting on this particular topic, that's the topic why we're having this meeting, and that's what we want to deal with. But if you're not willing to deal with that and you have an ulterior motive, you're trying to get that across, then you come in not honest, totally honest. And so I believe that's why the anchor of the Fox News asks, did you owe the president apology? And I think he says reference towards us, do you owe the American people apology on that behalf? And so today's discussion was, do you feel if the President Zelensky owes the American people an apology for coming to the White House, coming to the United States, the capital of the United States, and with alternative motives and trying to stir his agenda inside the United States instead of focusing on what the original meeting was for, which was minerals rights deal. So that's my question of the day. What do you feel? What do you think? And leave in the chat uh, some responses to this. I felt though it was a little dishonest, and we should discuss uh, better ways to communicate between powerful nations and how we can support each other. But we first have to come into it being honest and forthright. And so I think there's in the last day, there's been some readdressing to this topic, and I think there's going to be a deal reached where Zelensky is ready. President Zelensky of the Ukraine nation, is ready to sign a peace deal now. Not sign a peace deal, but sign the mineral rights deal and move forward towards a peace deal. From what I've been listening in the media, I hope that happens. I hope this work out. But still, my question was: do you feel though President Zelensky needs to apologize for this initial uh, act towards the American people? And my opinion was, I think there should be apologies, but I'm not President Zelensky. What is your view? Please leave a message inside the chat or just something to think about. I'm gonna stop this interview, this live view. I'm sorry, and I'll hopefully be putting up another live interviews tomorrow. I have something on my mind. I want to talk about what's going on next, and hopefully the presidents of these two nations, United States and Ukraine, could come together to broker a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, and hope the United Nations support this peace deal, and we can move forward and have more peace in the world. I really want peace for the Ukrainian peoples. I want peace for Russia. I want peace for everybody, humanity. Um, so I hope this work out in a positive way, honestly, because we don't want no more bloodshed in the world. There's enough dying and people dying everywhere. If we can get this uh, war at peace, let's work towards that, and I hope this can move forward and work in a positive way for the Ukrainian people and for the Russian people, and for us, United States being a peacemaker here. Um, we'll see from now, but that was just my initial question that was on my mind. And what is your view about it? And leave a message, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. The first minute and a half of this live broadcast has been figuring out how to get the voice sounds to work right. I apologize. Next voice live interview will be better. We'll go live hopefully tomorrow. Um, and it'll be a great topic. This is my truthfully my first live uh, broadcast on YouTube, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I hope you think about what you felt about President Zelensky at the White House and the Oval Office, and do you think he should apologize to the American people for his actions, his way he walked out of the White House, and his ulterior motives originally coming to the White House? Um, Leave your comments, your opinions in the comment section, and please subscribe to the channel, and we will have more content coming in the next day. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Did, did you